I mean, I don't know the details of the negotiations, obviously, and the league's making a decision that is best for the league at this point. So we, as coaches and as players, we accept that decision, and we're going to go out there and we're going to play our best.
Have you ever experienced something quite like this, where you have refs that are, that are not the normal referees, or at any level?
What's normal, I guess, is the question. Pro was just formed last year, and so I'm sure they've been diligent about picking the guys that they're going to bring on the field as the replacement referees for this weekend. So, I have faith and confidence in what they're doing.
Do you need to talk to players about not letting the referee become part of their thought process?
Yeah, it's. I think as players, you just got to deal with the game. I always remember, when I was working on the U.S. soccer coaching staff, and we were given the licenses and so forth. So there's a rules questionnaire, and one of the questions on the rules is when is it a goal? And the technical answer is, well, when it crosses the goal line, when the whole ball crosses the goal line, when it's underneath the crossbar and inside the post, then it's a goal. And one guy a coaching candidate wrote down as his answer, he goes, when the referee blows the whistle and says it's a goal. and technically that's the correct answer, because the whole ball can cross the line and all that can happen. If the referee says it's not a goal, it's not a goal. So at the end of the day, what we're trying to tell our players is you just got to accept the decisions that are made. A foul is when the referee blows the whistle. It's out of bounds when he blows the whistle. It's a goal when he blows the whistle. And don't anticipate anything else.
You'd mentioned wanting to, talk with Clint and see him today. I mean, what do you kind of see from him? Is he still in line to maybe play some ultimate?
No, it's good. I mean, he'll be in the 18 tomorrow for sure. I think he was in good spirits. A lot of things change, and in the 6-7 months. When the first time when he came here, he's coming into a new situation, an unfamiliar situation, and now he's coming back home. He's coming into a familiar situation. He knows what the team's like. He knows what the locker room's like, what this is all about, and you can already see it in the comfort. He's banged away a couple of good goals today at the training session, and I feel very confident in what he's going to be able to give us tomorrow.
Last year when you first got him, he was coming off of a kind of not normal preseason. This year he's coming to you off of having played, 8 games or whatever, 9 games. Would you say that he looks sharper now than he did when you first got him?
Well, he's definitely fit. For sure he's fit, because when you look at the games that he's played, and he's also fit from a standpoint of having worked with a coach like Felix Magath. So, so from that standpoint, he's ahead of where he was when he came to us last year. And that's a good thing.
Have you sorted out tomorrow? Obviously you've got quite a few options about how he can line up.
We'll see. It depends a little bit how the game's going, and we'll see where we'll use him.
Any health concerns going into tomorrow?
No. I mean, the only guy who's out because of health reasons is Tristan Bowen. Everybody else is available.
And how close is Leo to being 100%?
With Leo, I think it's still a question of, he's very, very close. I think it's a question of him getting 90 minutes in at some point, and also feeling real comfortable going into, full-out tackles and things like that, because that's a big part. That's a big part of Leo's game. So I spoke to Leo today, so he's getting there.
Any update on the goalkeeping situation? Have you made a decision on that?
Yeah, I have, and you guys will find out tomorrow.
The players know, presumably?
The players know, yeah.
I'm asking this with regard to Fry, but sort of also generically, what do you look for, or what sort of grace do you kind of give when you're seeing a keeper, maybe with a sort of a flawed team? He's got this 1.5 goal per game average, but you see and believe that he could be an MLS Cup kind of keeper with the right.
Any of that stuff at the statistics. What I've always, from day one, when I became the head coach at UCLA, I promised myself I'd always have good goalkeepers, and the one big thing that I look for is presence. You know, what kind of presence does a goalkeeper have? Does he look like a goalkeeper? Does he smell like a goalkeeper? Does he act like a goalkeeper? You know, that for me is very important. I mean, the German word for it is Ausstrahlung, and you know, it's a thing that I talked to Stefan about. I said that's what I'm looking for. You know, and it's really presence. It's how you command, how you control the situation, what you look like. Do you look like you're in charge? Do you look like you're in control? You know, and I think that's really, really important. And I think Stefan has that, and I think Marcus has that as well.
What does a goalkeeper smell like?
Dirty, you know, you never know. Not like Degree or something.
What sort of challenges does Kansas City present for you guys?
Kansas City presents a great opportunity. You know, it's not a challenge; it's an opportunity because it gives us a chance to play against the defending MLS Cup champions. It gets us a chance to measure ourselves right now, and it gets them you know, I know they're going into the game with their attitude of saying, "Hey, you know, we're the team, and we're going to be every bit as good as last year," and we're going in with the attitude of last year was last year, this is this year, and this is what we're all about.
Did you get the sense from your guys that this was kind of the game that they've been waiting for since the end of last season? Or this is kind of...
I think they've been waiting for the start of the season since the end of last season. I don't think they've been waiting for a particular opponent or anything like that. I think, you know, all of our guys that are with us, who were with us last year, you know, realized that that wasn't the true reflection of what they're all about at the end of last year, and they wanted, you know, all what you want to do as a player when you have a season end like that is you just want the next season to start so you can get going again and you can put that into the background because, you know, we're not going to stop talking about last season until we play our first game this year. And so let's get that over with and then we move forward.
When you look at all of the off-season personnel comings and goings, did the West get tougher, or do you see anybody who particularly helped themselves this season?
The league improves year after year, you know, always gets tougher. And certainly when you look at the West, you look at some of the recent additions that Vancouver's made, you know, to their squad. You look at the additions that Portland's made. You look at the additions that LA's made. You know, those are, you know, obviously some pretty formidable situations. San Jose has switched around a little bit. The East has, you know, a lot of teams have made moves there and have improved themselves. So I think the league, you know, continues to grow, continues to improve themselves year in and year out. You know, Dallas as well with the pickup of, you know, Oscar as a coach and Henry Thomas, et cetera. So, but that just means you've got to stay. You got to stay there as well. You've always got to. You can't sit back and rest on what you've accomplished. You got to continue to grow and improve, and I think we're doing that.
What can you tell us about Gonzalo Pineda?
Gonzalo's going to be an important player for us throughout the season. You know, he's somebody who brings experience, and he's technically very, very good. He reads the game, he sees the game. He's also a very good personality. You know, he's a good guy in the group. You know, he's a good player to have around some of our younger players because they can see what a good, experienced pro, what he's all about, how he trains, how he approaches things. So I think he's going to be good for us on the field. I also think he's going to be good for us off the field.
Still got 3 guys here that presumably are unsigned. At least there's been no announcement of them being signed. What's their status, and you know, how long might they be sticking around in that?
Well, things that we're working on there. I mean, there's things in process right now, and hopefully, you know, things will get resolved sooner rather than later. But that's just part of the nature of the beast at this point.
Anything else?
Thanks, Coach.
Give your full 90 with the Sounders FC mobile app, featuring live audio, matchday blog, and much more to keep you connected. Download your app at soundersfc.com/mobile.